Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, we've all been caught up in the Charmed drama, and I've been listening to a lot of videos and listening to some convention appearances and interviews, and I think I've worked out what happened. There are some very subtle variations of the stories that have been told where people have not quite told the truth and not quite lied, and there's been a bit of confusion and people have gone with certain things, and I think that was all sort of intentional. But basically what happened was Shannon was not happy with the situation and the competition between her and Alyssa Milano, and she may have wanted to leave, but at some point she went to Aaron Spelling and she told Jason Presley she was going to do this and gave him the ultimatum of her or me. And at that point, Alyssa Milano had been very much on the outside, and Shannon and Holly Marie Combs were best of friends, and they were very much mean girls sort of together, and at least that's how it's being portrayed, and Alyssa was sort of on her own. So she was smart. She took advantage of the mediator and the HR department, and she basically recorded all the incidents of the toxic work environment, and basically established that there was this toxic work environment and these problems. So then when Shannon gave the ultimatum, they couldn't fire Alyssa because she had backed herself up, and she said, if you fire me, I will threaten you for a hostile work environment and toxic work environment, and I've got all the therapist appointments and the mediator interviews and I've backed everything up, I've established everything, I've supported my side of things, and if you fire me, that's all going to court with me. So they couldn't fire Alyssa because she had her ducks in a row. Now, I can't blame her for that. She knew she was in a bad situation. She saw that this could happen, so she backed up everything and did her best to protect herself. Now, I don't think Shannon was expecting them to take her side. And yeah, they fired her. Now, apparently they gave her a choice. They let her choose the story that they put out, and she said that she chose to leave. Because that's one version, is that she chose to leave. She was telling that at some point. But now they are saying that she was fired, that Alyssa Milano got her fired, and that she had worked the system to do it. But if you listen very carefully, they don't actually say that Alyssa made the ultimatum. They said the ultimatum was made and Alyssa had the deck stacked in her favour, and they fired Shannon. But if you listen to Jason Presley, Shannon was the one who made the ultimatum. So it looks like Shannon made the ultimatum. They couldn't fire Alyssa, so they fired Shannon, and Shannon kind of got herself fired. And like a lot of narcissists, she probably just thought they would side with her, and didn't occur to her that she had to back everything up and do what Alyssa did. So I can't really blame Alyssa for what she did. She protected herself and she won that fight. I don't think she brought it, but she won it. So I think Shannon is a little dirty on that because she got herself fired, and she put her foot down and she lost. And she could have backed herself up the same way Shannon did, assuming that Alyssa did, assuming there was toxicity and bad deeds and so forth on Alyssa's side as well, assuming they were both doing things, and there's no way to tell. So that's interesting. What's disappointing is that Shannon has been telling different stories, and when I saw her in Melbourne, she said in regards to the final that she didn't come back because she didn't think it was organic, that didn't work the way they brought Prue back, and it was just cheap and didn't work, so she didn't come back. Now she's saying that she never even read the script, she was never going to come back, so why would she read the script? She just wasn't going to come back. So she basically lied to me and all the other people in the audience that day and told a different version of why she didn't do the final, and now she's telling the truth of why she didn't do the final. Now, was this a matter of PR? Was this a matter of protecting herself? Was this a matter of NDAs? Who knows? But it's just really weird to see people pull on those interviews, because I think some of them might be mine, because I put up a bunch of interviews of her talking a few years ago. I had a bunch of celebrity convention interviews and that I put up. I took down eventually because you couldn't tell who was going to be okay with their people being up, or the PR people sometimes would have stuff taken down, and I ended up just not doing that. I don't have any convention footage up. I used to have a lot of it, but Yeah, so seeing people pull up that video, I'm like, is that my one, or is that just someone taking, videoing the same interview from like same convention from the same angle, or is that mine? I can't tell, because all these fans would have saved them off the net years ago. But yeah, so basically, it's very disheartening to see like Shannon telling a different version of the story that she's telling now, and it's actually the one that she told me and the audience that I was in. So, but yeah, Shannon got herself fired. She put her foot down. She said me or Alyssa, and they sided with Alyssa because if they hadn't, she would have taken them to court, and she had backed herself up, and they would have been screwed. So that's what happened. And the fact they're being very subtle in how they retell that story to make it sound like Alyssa was the one who put her foot down, so Shannon doesn't have to take responsibility for getting herself fired. It's all a bit dodgy. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the whole situation and the whole drama, and does it ruin the show for you? I'm not sure how I'm going to feel when I review the show later.